Welcome to another Real Estate Top Performers segment. Happy New Year. We've got a great group of people here today. Can you all introduce yourself?
I'm Liz Ancel, a realtor with Cummings & Company Realtors.
Josh Green with Eastern Title and Settlement.
Ashley Ball Crist with Main Street Home Loans.
All right, Liz, let's get to know you a little bit. How long have you been a realtor?
16 years. I started when I was 5. Just kidding.
And what made you choose real estate?
You know, I had gotten into college and I was thinking, what do I want to do? And I feel like it was just something that fell into my lap. And I got into it. The market crashed. I didn't know what I was doing. So it was like, you got to figure it out. And I did really well. It's been a long time and I love it.
What's one of your favorite real estate stories that you've helped a client?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's not really tough. There's so many things that go into a real estate transaction and so many things that you can control and so many things you can't control. The things that you can't control, you really want to have local people, local title, local lender, because in that local market, there's things that happen that only the local people know how to handle. And therefore, you could have the smoothest transaction and something like ground rent or something crazy come up that only a local would know. And for someone from out of state looking to invest, looking to move here, buy a second home, they don't know these things. So for them, they're just coasting along and all of a sudden something comes up. If you don't know what to do because you're not using local people, it could be a nightmare. But if you do, you have the right team, it can be very smooth.
So like I experience it all the time where we have clients who are like, I'm going through Rocket Mortgage. I'm like,
no.
Whoa. You're buying a condo in Ocean City with Rocket Mortgage?
God, no.
You may not be able to close. You should contact somebody local
Right.
like Ashley.
Right.
Because, you know, what is it? You have to have 51% or something not investors,
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah.
else you don't get a
Make it warrantable. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. But then also going back to it with title, same thing. Like if the title company doesn't like that,
Right.
that makes a very big difference.
Right,
And being able to close anywhere
right.
is huge too. I
Absolutely.
mean, like Josh's company literally will close anywhere.
in a parking lot,
In a parking lot
on a
last
pickup
week,
truck.
On a pickup truck on the tailgate. It was
at the school
at a school.
during lunch.
No, that's a true.
Anytime.
That was last week. Yeah.
That's great.
Right, but someone from Rocket Mortgage is certainly not going to do that. So that's why it's so important. You can really get through all those hurdles in real estate if you have the right team behind you.
And now let's talk about some of those people venturing
Yeah.
to this area from PA and those places. You can help them with that.
Absolutely. I'm licensed there as well as I am here. Like I said, I've been doing it for a very long time. So like, I'm your girl. If you're from PA, New Jersey, Florida, and you want to buy that second home, start investing in your real estate wealth, I'm your girl. Call me. We've got the best team ever to get you through the process, make it fun, make it easy, get you that investment property, get you that weekend beach home that everyone wants.
Josh, you've talked about this all the time, about making that jump. Just do it, right? Wealth, starting to invest.
Yeah, you know, it's probably a lot harder for people in New Jersey and Pennsylvania to buy houses down here because they're in another state. So
Right.
it's great to have an agent who can do both because she knows your area up there and she knows down here and she knows what you probably prefer.
Yes.
And she can do a lot of the legwork for you.
Right.
Instead of you having to come down for the weekend, see what listings there are.
Right.
And then search the area. She'd be like, look, this is where I think you would fit in.
Yes.
There's a Guido Burritos over there.
Exactly.
And the understanding about the taxes and the different
Right, all
states
those
is also
things,
huge.
absolutely.
Because a lot of people, like say you're in Pennsylvania, right? And your taxes, you're used to the taxes being so high and that you're thinking that's going to be the same in Maryland, which is totally not the case.
Right.
They're, you know,
They have a school bus
half.
tax.
Yeah, I
and-
mean, it's half. So like they're thinking in their mind, okay, the rate's a little bit higher right now. So maybe this is like, you know, not attainable at this time. But in reality, yeah, but your taxes are half. So like
Exactly.
that makes up that difference between that 5 and 7% or whatever it might be at that time.
Totally.
And working with the local team, you can get answers like that. And
Instantly.
Ashley, yeah, and you're going to know all the different things that come with the different things, right?
Oh,
Ashley's knowing of
Condos and
everything.
all that.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm all knowing.
And here's the thing, I know if I text or call her, she's gonna get back to me instantly. So again, it's about who you're working with, what team it is, who knows what, and how you can really guide them to get them exactly what they need.
Yeah, and it's about personal, like that connection too.
Right.
Like you're talking about, we were joking about taking you to Guido's, but like
Right.
you did
But
that.
seriously,
Like,
we could do
seriously.
that.
Yeah. Actually, kind of just, I know you've talked about it before, but people who are looking to invest and looking to buy that second or third property, they should not be scared.
They shouldn't, because there's so many different options these days. Because we actually have programs. Yes, there's investment loans. And a lot of people are kind of scared of those these days because of the loan level pricing adjustments that hopefully go away. Who knows?
Right.
2026, maybe that's our year.
Yes.
But,
We're in it. We got this.
We'll see. But we have debt service coverage loans. And I know we've talked about that before, but that's huge. That's where your property is actually going to determine whether or not you get approved for the loan. So it's like if the property is making money, you are going to get approved for it. It doesn't have anything to do with your personal finances. And that's definitely something for investors to consider because like it's, maybe it's a little riskier per se with the interest rate. However, how it's structured in its own right is to protect you. So like you can't get into a property that's not making money. So that's huge. So DSCR loans are definitely something that my team is fantastic at.
Yes.
We started it back in the Baltimore days and then just kept it going. I've been here over a decade and we do a lot of them.
So those take your rental income and get you approved based on what the house is going to bring in.
Right.
Correct.
So you don't need to qualify with income.
Right.
You can qualify by rental income.
Yeah, it's a
which
fantastic
totally
product.
changes the whole game.
Right.
For somebody who's trying to buy a second home because you can make $100,000 and not qualify, but if it brings in $5,000 a month, that's what you're going to get qualified at, and you can buy $1 million house.
Yeah.
Now, Liz, question, just because I'm curious.
Yeah.
If people are looking into buying that second property as an investment place, right? They want to Airbnb it or rent it out for the summer. Do different places have different rules with that? Like they can ask you those questions.
Absolutely. It's a very, very important question because there's some areas that do not allow Airbnbs, there's some places that don't, and there's a lot that do. So I know Airbnb is a huge income generator. It's something that everyone talks about, but you really have to work with someone that knows where you can and you can't do it.
That's very true. Right, Josh? I mean, you guys run into that.
I mean, I had a friend who bought a place, and right after he bought it, they had a board meeting, and he said, no short-term rentals. And he was like, wait a minute, you didn't tell me this before I bought it. This is why I bought it. So now he has a house that he can't rent.
And that's actually happening a lot in Worcester County.
So it's very important to get with people who know what's going on, and also someone who could ask around and say, hey, do you know anything coming up? Because if you don't know the people, you're not going to know what's going on. So you really need to have people get the inside scoop for you so that you are absolutely making the best decision possible.
And if you are choosing to buy that as an investment property, good to ask the questions up front.
Absolutely.
So you know what you're showing them so that you can allow that, so that you know what kind of a loan they can get into.
No, it's huge because I think Josh touched on this a little bit earlier, but there are differences of whether or not Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, if they actually are going to back the loan.
Exactly.
So that changes things. So if you can go conventional financing versus if you can't, that's completely different parameters because that is a difference in how much you're allowed to put down as well as the interest rate.
Yeah.
A lot of questions that people can get in contact with.
So many questions, and we are here to help.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, Liz, how can people get in contact with you?
So guys, the best way to get me, I'm Liz Ancel, Cummings & Company Realtors, 410-599-4161 or lizancel.com.
Josh Green with Eastern Title and Settlement. You can get a hold of me at josh@easterntitle.com or 240-876-0642.
Hi, I'm Ashley Ball Crist. You can get a hold of me at 443-799-4455 or at achrist@mainstreethl.com or look us up on social media at ABC Lending Team.